All right, what's up, guys? Time for the tier list. You know how it is. Thanks again. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell. No cap on a stack. You guys ready for my official tier list? Well, the good news is I don't even have to make it because somebody else already created the perfect tier list. The user known as Oblivion says, "This is the most accurate Guilty Gear Strive tier list that is on the internet. I am sorry if your sensibilities are hurt by the truth. Just because you don't know how fighting games work doesn't mean this tier list is inaccurate." Okay, let's take a peek. S plus tier. Soul Bad Guy, Nagoriyuki, Zato. Makes you think, doesn't it? Damn, that is actually just who Sajam plays. Makes perfect sense. Next up, Milia, Gold Lewis. I haven't picked up Milia yet, but, you know, she's next on the list. This is S tier. Then Axel, Leo, Ramlethal, Pot, and Chip. If you ask Leffen, I'm sure that's where he would put Chip. Faust, May, Eno, Geo. I knew, you know, Hanzo's tier list. Geo's got to be bottom 3. Anji, and then Kai. Now, as accurate as this tier list is, there are some disagreements. There's some chatter in the comments. Can you guys believe that people saw this tier list and they didn't go, what? Absolutely. Thank you, user Oblivion, for giving me the correct, accurate tier list. Who is Hanzo Gonzo? Who the fuck are you? You're gonna ask me who Hanzo Gonzo is? A goddamn legend, that's who. The fuck? You know how many top 8s he has? He's fucking shredded. Top 8 ICFC, top 8 Levo, Placer, Hanzo Gonzo put together this tier list. And they didn't just go, well, that seems right. Got some interesting comments. Soul is too high. Soul is one of the most brain dead easy, piss baby, goo goo gaga, mom look at me, no scope bitch characters to ever exist in a fighting game. What do you feel makes Zato so strong? Best meterless damage in the game, insane mix-ups, only downside is quote unquote execution, when in reality he's brain dead easy to execute. Tell him, Hanzo. Somebody made their suggestions. You are so wrong, it fucking hurts. Maybe that's how it is on floor 4, but I play against the best players in the world. What part about Geo screams top tier? Offense that loses to 1 second of FD, non-invincible DP. It's like people mash and get counter hit and blame the other character. Always got one thing right. So I saw this tier list, right? The reason I love this tier list and the reason I love the discourse about it so much is I asked Hanzo, I was like, hey, I saw your Twitter tier list. And he's like, oh yeah. Did you know that I made that tier list completely for Twitter? He made a Twitter-only tier list, and it was designed to create the maximum amount of people pissed off. Not only that, but he told me he purposely put certain characters together, like May and Faust, because when you see May and Faust next to each other, they're like, wait a minute, how the fuck is Faust above May? And then that's when he types things like, well, Faust has unseeable mix-ups, and May has no unreactable mix-ups. It's only just you getting counter hit. Or Axel and Leo, and he's like, well, Axel's buttons go full screen and Leo's don't go nearly as far, so Axel's much better. And you know what the point of making this was? He said to me, I made the tier list to show that any old idiot influencer person could just make this tier list. It would be dumb and you should not listen to them because they can just say whatever. He's like, yeah, I made this so that people would think for themselves, because if they saw my dumbass tier list, they would be like, well, there's no way this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. And they would argue with him and think for themselves about where the character should actually be. Speaking of which, he sent me a quote. He asked me to read it on stream. If you don't believe anything I say because you think I'm a troll, you are dumb. If you believe anything I say because I have lots of followers placed high, you are dumb. To find yourself, think for yourself. He quotes Socrates. So there you go. An intellectual. That is like one of those, like, decisions that I'm just like, damn, why didn't I think about this? I should have just made up some random tier list. The problem is, if I made up a random tier list and I posted it a week ago, my mentions would still be going. Whereas the real tier list, you're looking at it. I don't think you understand. The point is not the actual tier list. Soul's too low. Now you understand. Now you're finally coming around to understanding how the tier list works. Listen, I am an Elena player. What's good? You got a fucking problem? Everybody wants to talk about how they want footsies until they give Elena a half screen jab and a 3/4 screen crouching medium punch. And when she sits there and hits jab and zones you from half screen playing footsies, everybody's like, whoa, let's not have any footsies in this game anymore. Everybody slow down here. Oh, I healed to full health. Guess what? We're playing footsies longer. Yeah, you don't like that shit, huh? Turns out footsie's not what you want.